Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Chris here. A little bit under the weather today, but I wanted to talk about some things that are in the news. At least just one thing that's in the news, and do a couple of reviews on some stuff that came out this past weekend. Um, One of the things will not be Terrifier 2. I have not seen it yet. I'm gonna try to go this weekend. I had a bunch of stuff going on because my birthday was last week on a Tuesday. So, first things first, shout out to all my friends and family and everybody who reached out either on Twitter, on Facebook, text sent via text, called, and everything to wish me a happy birthday. Uh, in whatever way they did. Shout out to Break the Apocalypse for shouting me out on the birthday wishes on the show. Like, thank you guys. As always, much love to Shaheen, John, and B Show for that. Like, thank you guys for that. That's just really humbling that y'all took a moment out of your show to even acknowledge my birthday. I appreciate that. Thank you. With that all being said and all the love part out of the way, now to get to the nitty gritty of the matter. So I'm sure we've all seen the video this weekend of the comedian who was on stage and had a beer bottle thrown at her, or a beer bottle or beer can or whatever thrown at her at a venue. Um, it's obvious from looking at the video, seeing the full thing. The people who were being obnoxious and being rowdy were looking for a reason to fucking do what they did. They were looking for a reason to do what they did. And I guess they asked her some. She asked, like, if there anybody's questions about anything. And they used it to do some political bullshit, which no one's there to hear get into politics necessarily at a stand up show unless they're a politically based comedian, at which point you know you're going to get into that shit. So if you don't like their point of view, why would you go? But anyway, she kind of was like, what difference does any of that make? Blah, 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 blah. And eventually got to the point where they threw a fucking beer bottle or beer can at her. I can't remember, couldn't tell what it was. Now, in her defense, she handled it like a fucking pro. After they got escorted out, she picked that bitch up and drank and chugged it like a fucking boss. So respect to her for that. As someone who loves stand-up comedy and has seen this stupid shit happen way too much in the past couple of months or the past year, where people think it's okay to get up on fucking stage and either attack a comedian or throw something or make the fucking show about themselves. Here's the thing. You paid for the ticket. That gives you the right to do one or two things. Sit there and enjoy yourself and shut the fuck up. Don't make it about you. Or if you don't like the show, get up and leave. Maybe go to the concession stand or the front desk. Maybe they'll give you a voucher for another show or something like that. What you don't have a right to do is get up and throw shit at the fucking stage and possibly hit the comedian or bum rush the stage and hit the comedian or any of that shit. Like, this shit's not acceptable behavior. If you can't act like a fucking rational person at a comedy show, stay the fuck home. Stay your fucking ass home. No one came to that show to see you act like a fucking jackass. If I come to a comedy club to see a comedian, I'm there to see the comedian, not have you make it about you at a show where no one wants to hear you fucking run your mouth at the comedian. Shut the fuck up. No one cares about your opinion. It's a fucking stand-up show. And damn sure no one came there to tell you about fucking Trump. Or her being Jewish, or her being a Democrat, or voting for Biden. No one cared. They were to have a good fucking time. So the comedy club's pressing charges against the idiot that threw the beer bottle. I hope they fucking throw the book at these idiots. I hope they get banned from every venue in the area that in that area. Because they don't deserve to have a good time. They don't deserve to be able to go to comedy shows and have fun. Because they don't fucking know how to. Because they're fucking idiots. This is happening way too fucking much. Where people are bum rushing stages and tagging comedians. It's jokes, people. It's a way to take a break from the seriousness of our fucking lives, which has been hell the past couple years, and to go have a good time and maybe laugh about some shit. Some people really need that outlet and that escape right now. And you making it about you by yelling and heckling and being stupid, you're taking that away from the people who need that. So, in closing, fuck you. If you don't like the show, get the fuck up and leave. No one's going to miss you. No one's going to care. You won't be missed. Just fucking get up and leave if you're not enjoying the show. It's not that hard. I don't like this comedian. I don't like the jokes you're telling. I'm going to get up and fucking leave. Like if a movie you don't like, don't bitch about it later. Don't bitch about it in the middle of the theater screaming like an idiot. Get up and fucking leave. Complain to the concession, to the fucking customer service. They'll probably give you a voucher for another movie. That's how shit works. Like, fuck off. If you don't like it, just leave. Now, those are my thoughts on that shit. Shit's happening way too much. It needs to fucking stop. Now, eventually what's going to happen, someone's going to bum rush the wrong fucking comic. That comic's going to be ready for the fucking smoke, and the person who does it's going to get their ass kicked. Or security's going to fuck them up like the Chappelle guy, where they whooped his fucking ass when he jumped on and tackled Chappelle. Like, he got his arm was all jacked up and shit. Like, he was all fucked up. That's what's going to happen. Or, even worse, someone's going to meet the comedian outside, and we're going to hear about a comedian getting killed. And then it stops being fun for everybody. So people need to chill the fuck out. On to the reviews. So I got two things I want to talk about, review-wise. One, I want to talk about the new Hellraiser because I just watched it today. And I want to talk, too, about Werewolf by Night, the Marvel Studio special presentation that was on Disney Plus on Friday. I'm a little bit under the weather, and so I had the day off from work. I took a day just to get myself better. So I figured, what the fuck, I'm going to watch Hellraiser. It was okay, I guess. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. It was just what it was. The characters were not likable. The only character that maybe was likable was like one dude who was smart enough to be like, hey man, you want to play with this puzzle? Fuck that. I'm not touching that shit. Are you fucking crazy? I don't fuck with that stuff. I was down with that dude until the twist. I was like, fuck him. So, like, I was rooting for that guy because, like, he's the only smart motherfucker in this movie. Yes. Finally, someone who's smart enough to be like, I'm not fucking with that. And then it happens with him. What happens. I was like, well, fuck him. He deserves what he got. There's one other character in the movie that I felt really bad for because, like, she literally did nothing wrong. She didn't do anything wrong to deserve what happened to her. Nothing at all. The only thing she did was, like, go to help. And it's like, fuck. She really didn't deserve what happened. In my opinion. And it kind of like, well, this is fucked up. But you got to have somebody good get fucked up in these movies. And she did. A lot of people were mad about the female Pinhead, incarnation of Pinhead. I don't have an opinion one way or the other because she wasn't given a lot to do. Like, she was there, but she didn't really do a whole lot. She was only in a couple of scenes. It's like, why didn't you utilize this character more? Like, what the fuck? You made a big deal out of a female Pinhead. She should have been in the movie more, doing more, being more sinister, more evil or something. But she was like, she was just there. The new Cenobites were kind of trash. And like I said, the characters, like there were a lot of them that were not likable people. Like they really weren't. So it gave you almost no one to root for. I'm like, I guess I'm rooting for the main girl because she's just, I don't know, but it just made it a difficult watch. Like in a horror film, you have to have someone to root for in in a horror series or a horror film to really make everything matter. And without that, you don't have without that person, you don't have a whole lot to go on. And so it left a lot lacking in this film. So that was a problem for me. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it like a 5. It was definitely middle of the road. It could have been a lot better. And I see why it wasn't put out in theaters. It was put on Hulu. As far as Werewolf by Night, fucking fantastic. I went into it not knowing what to expect. Having watched it, I've watched it like twice. I want more of this. I want Marvel to do more of these special presentations. I want more of the supernatural stuff to come out. I want more Werewolf by Night. I want more Elsa Bloodstone. I want more Man Thing. I want the Midnight Suns. I want more. It whet my appetite. I want Ghost Rider. I want the Night Stalkers. I want the Darkhold Redeemers. I want all of that, man. I want all of it to come out. I want the Midnight Suns to be a thing. I want Danny Ketch Ghost Rider, god damn it. I want my Ghost Rider I grew up with. I want Danny Ketch. I want Johnny Blaze with the Hellfire shotgun. I want those characters, man. I need that in my life right now. And it needs to happen. So, like, it was like watching one of those classic 30s, 40s, like horror films that Universal used to do back in the day. The black and white allowed for them to get away with a lot of gore and violence that they probably wouldn't have done had it been in color. So, I mean, you see, like, it gets bloody. And, like, the werewolf design, fantastic. The way they, like, had the shadow silhouette of him in the dark in various scenes. Like, where you see just nothing but his eyes and a shadow. Like, Man Thing was amazing. They pulled off Man Thing, for fuck's sake. I mean, it was really cool. Um, it made me, like I said, it made me want more of this. More of these specials in general. Just do more of these specials with different characters to expand the MCU into other aspects. But definitely do more with the supernatural stuff that you started to do here. Because it was great. So, in closing, Hellraiser, meh. Werewolf by Night, definite thumbs up. If you go to a stand-up comedy show, know how to fucking act. Or don't fucking go. If you don't like the act that you're seeing, fucking get up and leave. But don't be a dickhead and make it about you. And definitely don't throw shit at the comedian on stage because you don't like their opinion. Like, you started the fucking argument with the comic. Don't be an asshole. So that's all I got for today because my throat's starting to go. Anyway, and again, thank you all for the birthday wishes last Tuesday and into Wednesday and everything else. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Peace.